Hey, what's up, guys? So we're back with another video, and the question for today's topic is, who is the best point guard in the NBA? And I think that's a very interesting question because I feel as though that topic isn't spoken about as much. So to answer the question directly, who is the best point guard in the NBA? That would be Chris Paul, right? Now, when I think about a point guard, in my mind, right, I think about a player who orchestrates the offense. And is Curry known for being an orchestrator? No. Curry is known for being one of the most lethal offensive weapons in the NBA, as well as being the best shooter that has ever lived at the point guard position. Well, not even at the point guard position, just in general, right? And when it comes to the comparisons of Chris Paul and Steph Curry, the direct factual comparison between these two is intense because they play such various styles. Here you have Curry, who's a high volume shooter, very efficient by the way. And here you have Chris Paul, who's known for IQ. Now, we all know that Steph Curry is not a pass first point guard. He's in the category with Harden, Westbrook to a degree, and Lillard. Guards that score a lot. Although Westbrook can be an exception because he does put up, he's basically averaging a triple double for the season. But you get what I'm trying to say. Steph Curry is known mainly for his scoring play. Now, Chris Paul, on the other hand, let me just lay out a couple of facts for you guys, just in case you didn't know. Did you know that Chris Paul is third all-time in assists, with averages of 10 per game, and the only two players that he's behind are Magic Johnson and John Stockton? That's it. Chris Paul has led the league in assists 4 times. Can you guess how many Curry has? 0. And again, this is not to diminish Steph Curry, because if you were to ask me who ranks higher all time, I mean, that's a different conversation. We all know it's Steph Curry. But you can't tell me that a guy who's the sixth player, who's as of a couple days ago was the sixth player in NBA history to record 10,000 assists, a guy who brought a Suns team who was the worst team in the West last year and who is now the second seed in the West. You can't tell me that Curry is a better point guard than Chris Paul. It doesn't make sense. Now, if you want to say who's the better scoring guard, Curry has it by a landslide. He's averaging 31.4 points per game, leading the NBA. We know what he can do. But how can we classify Curry as a better point guard than Chris Paul if he hasn't even averaged, if he doesn't even average 8 assists per game for his career? John Stockton does, Magic Johnson does, Jason Kidd does. I'm talking about the quintessential point guards that we all know has that IQ, that passing ability. Now, Curry is a very flashy passer. He's a flashy passer. He can pass the ball at a very, very nice rate. But he's not breaking down defenses with his IQ like the way Chris Paul does. It's just not happening. That's just not the case here. So again, we have to look at the complete overall picture here, because they're two different players with two different styles. Curry being the newer generation, the higher scoring guard. Chris Paul being the traditional original point guard. Right? And again, I go back to back in the day, point guards were not supposed to score the basketball. Now today's NBA is different, and that's okay. I think it's a great thing for the NBA. But again, I mean, the Suns were the worst team in the league last year, and they have the second best record in the West. Nobody, and I feel like nobody's talking about this enough, right? And again, he's third all time in assists. Curry has never led the league in assists, not one time in his career. Chris Paul has done it 4 times. You tell me. You tell me the better point guard, not scoring guard, not better deep 3 shooter. I'm talking about quintessential point guard, IQ, an extension of the coach. That is not Steph Curry. It's not. And again, I mean, look at the numbers. Look at the stats. Steph Curry's a great player, but he's not the best point guard in the NBA today.